Been recording drum tracks for our first song. Raw files are sounding pretty good. Woo! The kit is Lineage from Rec Drums, maple and mahogany shell kick drum, 18-inch kick drum, very punchy. The stock resonant head that's on there that I cut a hole in. On the batter side, a Remo Emperor SMT coated with the dampening ring. Kick pedal is the Tama Speed Cobra. That's being mic'd up with the Bayer M88 on the kick in, homemade sub kick, Audio Technica AT 2020, roughly 35-40 centimeters, pointing down at the sort of the rim. And whilst we're back here, Nude microphones, stereo ribbon, just using that as like a close room mic in mid-side mode. Then with overheads, Rode K2, large diaphragm, tube condenser microphones. This is the first time that I've tried this with them, doing them in omnidirectional. I did a bunch of different tests beforehand and I found that the omnidirectional mode actually sounded much nicer, a bit more roomier, not as like direct and maybe not as much compressed. Sabian XSR cymbals, they're fine, nothing fancy. 10-inch tom, 14-inch floor tom, 13 snare, your standard 57 on the tom. Blue microphones, i100. I find it has a little bit more low end compared to the 57 there. Snare bottom, another AT 2020, and then the dual mic setup on the snare top, vintage Shure 545, and just a cheap pencil condenser from ISK. It's a super cardioid. Yeah, they sound really, really good together. That's the entire kit setup for our first two singles.
Very clever in the ends where you're doing the A connects back to...
Yeah.
Thanks. So even polite and put my little pick scrape transient in there.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the pre and chorus together?
Yeah.
Let me vibe out.
Yes.
Yeah, I might have been going a bit hard the start ones. Dun dun dun.
Even for that last, instead of going to the A, do the open A. Yeah.
It gets a bit muddy.
Yeah.
That was fun to play.
Cool. That's all good. So now it's on to reamping for Julian's rig. He was playing the Squier Jaguar bass. He's got a no-name 4x10 cab being mic'd up by a Bayer M88. Did a little bit of testing on all four of the speakers and found that the bottom left one sounded the best. Bass amp is an Ampeg B2R. There's two separate amp tracks along with the DI. We've got the clean DI running into the Massimoon booster and compressor with it set to the booster boosting into the compressor. That's then running into the Ampeg. We've got the pad on, gain set to 12 o'clock, bass set to 12 o'clock, the ultra mid set to about 10 o'clock, treble set to 12 o'clock, and then the master set to about 9 o'clock. Limiters on, multiband EQ is also on, just boosting the lows, upper mid-range cut, cutting the highs off as well. And then as for the second bass track, compressor and amp settings are all the same. Between the compressor and the amp, we're running the Little Bear R Attack. It's a clone of the Rat distortion pedal, and we're running it on the turbo setting. Afterwards, that is then going into the Joyo band controller, just taming the distortion before it gets to the amp. Here's a little rig rundown of all the gear that I'm using and some of the recording techniques that I'm using for these two songs. The guitar I'm playing is a Telecaster that I put together from all different parts, and the pickups in it are from Guitar Fetish, and they are the Telecaster size P90s. All the guitars are being recorded DI. That's then getting reamped through my pedal board first. It hits the Joyo band controller. The way I look at using this is as if I am like EQing the pickups before hitting any of the effects. That's then going into the Masamune booster and compressor, with the booster going into the compressor. That's then going into the Saturn Works feedback looper. I'm mostly just using this as an effects loop at the moment with this setup. I'm not using the feedback function, but in the effects loop, then we go to the Maxon Real Overdrive Distortion. On the distortion setting, I'm mostly kicking this in for the choruses and then hitting the boost on this for the solo. That then runs into the NuX Duo Time delay pedal, running it on the tape delay setting, which then goes into the NuX Mod Core, mostly running this on the chorus setting, and that comes back through the Saturn Works and then onto the Skyverb, which I'm only using this on Deadbeat at the moment, set to the studio setting. That then goes through to my Blackstar HT 100 amp. I'm running this on the Overdrive 1 setting, presence and resonance all the way up. Just a touch of the built-in reverb is on all the time. I'm running the amp pretty clean, so all of my drive and crunchy sounds are coming from the Masamune and the Maxon pedals. We're then on to my 2x12 speaker cabinet. This has vintage 30 speakers in it. One of them is a handmade, made in the UK, which sounds much nicer than the factory made one. The speakers are being mic'd up by 3 different microphones. First, the vintage Shure 545. Then I'm using a Nude Microphones stereo ribbon, but just using the bottom ribbon for this one. And then I also decided to run a room mic, and that's just the Rode K2 large diaphragm condenser set to omnidirectional.
Across the room you see his step. It's not bad, but I want to get the timing better. He sees you standing there. Sounds better. As hard as it seems, he wants you now in his dreams. Stroke it a little longer, make him wait a little while. Edging is what it seems, he'll be begging in his dreams. Alrighty, next bit. Distance and time makes the heart grow fonder, make him wait a little longer. I think it would be cool with some distortion on it. On a telephone. You can do that later, can't you? Yeah. As hard as it seems. Okay, try again. I can't let go if you know what I mean. Again. Boys these days need a little tease. I like it, I'll just do that last bit. Before I get down on my knees. The headphones have like a bit of a distortion on the voice, but it actually sounds good. I should do that. Play it again and I'll show you. Bang! Something like that, or just leave it.
Try it.
Bang! Head! Tease! Ow! I like it. Cool. You get home and you're upset. That one and the first one are the best. So you come home and blame me.
The pre-chorus.
Not what I need. Telling people that I've left you. I think I like that one. Come on now, we know that's not true. Oh, that was good too. I don't know, it's hard.
Do the bridge.
Now no, the fault is not mine. You say you need to go and live your life. Pause it. I want to go higher there like in the other bit. I'm trying to figure out how. Go on then. I'll be just fine. Yeah, there it is. I'll be just fine. Doing the chorus? I don't care what you say. I don't care why you stay. I like that one. Hey man, you got We're doing the haze and the booze. And the hoops. And the bopes. Hey! What? Alright, I need to eat something.
Okay.